Hey guys, welcome back to the Three Lads Gaming. Today I'll be doing a video on Destiny in specific. I know I haven't really been making much videos currently and not much Call of Duty, it's been a while since I've actually posted some fresh Call of Duty content, and mainly because school holidays and a lot of stuff to be in particular. But today this background gameplay is Destiny, if you weren't already familiar with the game. And I just wanted to really find out, from you guys, the community of my channel, what you guys thought on my changing of games, or how do you want me to switch everything up. So this is Destiny, and it's an open world, not very story based thing. So this is currently PvP, or also currently known as Crucible, where you can get certain emblems and whatever you want pretty much from whatever drops from things. And the reason why I like this game is because it's just a nice switch on, I don't know, other games such as Call of Duty, as I've only been posting. So I was told by a friend to possibly post new and more interesting subjects. As you just saw, I switched my subclass. So let's get started on subclasses and classes in general. I'm currently maining a Warlock. Yes, very funny. And there are 3 subclasses in that one class. There is Stormcaller, Sunsinger, and Voidwalker. Sunsinger is pretty much self-res / self-resurrect from places where you normally can't, / ultimate grenade, pretty much throw grenades a lot faster than you can. And in this game, grenades need a charge, plus they are much more powerful than Call of Duty game. Well, actually, I wouldn't know about that, but it's a nice change to it. It's different mechanics, so you're not constantly getting grenaded or sniped or at a spawn or whatever, because snipers aren't as overpowered, one body shot and you're dead. You know, in this game you actually need skill to play with snipers. And anyways, and then there's Stormcaller, which pretty much allows you, or also known as Storm Trance, which allows you to go into a trance of you pretty much being able to control lightning out of hands. You know Star Wars, guys? Pretty much like that evil character, I forgot what his name, and you guys are probably gonna hate me in the comments for not knowing that, but pretty much him. And you can just do you can just pretty much fly around and demolish people with that. And then thirdly, you can get what's called Voidwalker, and that is a giant Nova Bomb or Void Bomb that can be projected from your hands, or in one single projectile, or 3 projectiles that don't travel as far. And see, as you can see, someone's using the Stormcaller currently. Pretty scary. But you pretty much shoot projectile out of your hands of Void or Nova, and it does mass damage and pretty much get an instant kill if you hit someone with it. Then there is the other class of Hunter, which has Night Stalker, what's called Gunslinger, and Blade Dancer. And Blade Dancer is pretty much just where you can go into a slight Storm Trance thing, but you pull out a blade, and it pretty much does what it says. Just you don't dance, but you do run around killing people with 1 hits. And yeah, that's about it. And then Gunslinger is you spawn a giant golden gun pretty much that has 3 shots that'll one-shot pretty much any person in PvP. So that's pretty good. And then finally there is Night Stalker, which is also known as Tether. And you just pretty much shoot a bow and arrow of Void, which is the 3rd element in the game. And then what you do is you just shoot it at someone and it'll slow them down, or you can equip Shadow Shot, which allows it to do more damage but less tethering capabilities. So watch out for that. Don't know how I lost that gunfight. Then finally there is the Titan class, which has Sunbreaker, Defender, and Striker. Striker is pretty much exactly like Gravity Spikes from Call of Duty, but you can have a perk that you can equip to leave long-lasting damage. Plus, probably has a bit of a bigger radius than Gravity Spikes does. And then Defender is pretty much a bubble that pops up. It's like you can either choose Weapons of Light or Armor of Light, which gives you armor or weapons, extra damage. And it's pretty much just this giant defensive bubble against any type of enemy in PvP or PvE. So that's always nice. Plus the Sunbreaker, where you get to pull out giant hammers and pretty much just demolish people. You can just throw it and it's crazy. So that's pretty much the 3 classes, and there's a couple of emotes, as you guys can see in the background gameplay, of me dabbing and all that kind of shit. But then there's also like 3, as you can see in my current equipped inventory, 3 weapons that you can choose from. There is your primary, secondary, and your heavy, which is a rocket launcher that is much better than Call of Duty's rocket launchers, if I do say so myself. Because honestly, how did I lose a gunfight? Honestly, I'm pretty sure that fire out the heavy. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that heavy or like heavy weapons from Call of Duty is much better, because I mean, from Destiny is much better because you can also get rocket launchers, like not just rocket launchers. You can get what's called giant fusion rifles, which take a moment to charge but do a lot of damage, or you could get a machine gun that fires full auto and does a lot of damage. So that's pretty much that. Then the 3 elements are Arc, Solar, and Void, and that's the bubble right there. And pretty much that's just different elements, pretty much electricity, fire, and Void, which is kind of hard to explain. Like, I don't know, it's just Void. Yeah, I don't know. I really wouldn't have a clue how to explain it. So, as you can see, there's bounties that you can complete that give you certain rewards. In Crucible, you can get after game, pre-game, far out. After game rewards that give you extra stuff, such as, I don't know, just stuff. Get guns, weapons, armor, armor, a lot of stuff, emblems even. So this is pretty much where you go. So you end up in orbit, and you can do strikes, nightfalls, and raids, which are things that require 6 people or 4 depending on if you don't crowd or whatever. I'll tell you that later. And there's pretty much 4 raids that are currently in the game, and they're gonna remake them in Age of Triumph, but I'll show you that later. So yeah, and there's King's Fall raid, which is the sorry, excuse me. What's it called? I forgot, Taken stuff, which is like creepy stuff, and then that's light level advantages. So like, light level, so it's like your defense and your attack combined, and you got like emblems and stuff and shaders. But anyways, and then there's the Wrath of the Machine raid, which is the current Rise of Iron what's called expansion pack, plus a couple others from Crota and the Vault of Glass, the original OG that everyone loves, which they should be soon remaking in Age of Triumph, which should be very, very interesting. And you can see my emotes in the background. But so Age of Triumph should be very interesting, as they'll be remastering every single one of the old raids, King's Fall, Crota, and Vault of Glass, and they'll be introducing 400 gear from that raid, plus new things such as whatever, I don't really know coverage on that. But it should be pretty interesting. So, and then there's different places such as the moon, tower, which is like a place to decrypt engrams, which are things that you get to decrypt weapons that you can get better or worse gear that you shouldn't equip if it's worse, but that's pretty much that. And you can go to the moon, Venus, Mars, Earth. Also, you can go to the Reef. And you can go to the Dreadnought, which is where Oryx is at. It's like a big ship. And, so yeah, and then this is the tower, as you can see currently. And, as you may have seen previously, in my background gameplay, the, little yellow things, the yellow exotics, as they're called, are actually pretty rare in the game. So legendaries are second highest. And they are pretty much one of the most sought after gear pieces in the game, because they drop higher light level most of the time, and they are genuinely pretty good guns, except for like crappy guns. Anyways, as you can see, I'm displaying the Hawkmoon, which was previously on sale not too long ago actually, from Zer. If you don't know what he is an agent of the 9 who sells, as I said, exotic weapons and gear. And then you come along to the thingos that change the gun appearance, and it's pretty much just aesthetic only, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And the Vex Myth class, if you guys didn't already know, it's like one of the best guns in the game from year 1, but it's from the Vault of Glass raid, and hopefully they'll be bringing it back the way it was in year 1. So, and then these are vaults, and you can store gear and stuff in it, whatever you want, emblems, shaders, anything, and it transfers between characters as well. So you can, I definitely recommend getting the Destiny app, so you can buy transfer stuff through your phone instead of coming to the tower and stuff like that. And then this is the Cryptarch, which I told you about earlier. You can buy engrams. This is a legendary engram. As you can see, it already decrypts it for you, and it drops at 385, which is pretty terrible because, as you know, you want to get to that max light level of 400, and pretty much you get higher Cryptarch levels, and you get little drops from it, and legendary marks aren't that special. But yeah, and then that's the tower. So you can go to the tower place. Far out, I forgot what it's called. I should see it in a second. I forgot what it's called. Oh yeah, tower hangar, and there's like where all your ships go and stuff, and that's all your rep for your factions, which is Dead Orbit. You can get like like different weapons and stuff from Dead Orbit as like being a member, and every time you rank up. And then you can get different ships and sparrows, which are like little fly around things that you can pretty much hover around on Destiny. Pretty much, you can't really do it in most places, but like it's pretty fun to just drive around and do that stuff. And you can, as I said in the background gameplay, like donate items to factions to rank up. But that's pretty much Destiny for you. Like raids, strikes, friends. Definitely need friends. Oh yes, also, as my current video that might be coming up very soon, is a engram opening. I'm not going to say in exactly what video that will be and when it will be, but it is coming very soon, and it should hopefully bring me to a higher light level. So, all I want to know from you guys is, do you guys appreciate and support my change to another game, or do you recommend that I keep playing Black Ops 3, or Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare, even though it's dead, or just completely forget the idea of Destiny and go back to Call of Duty, which I don't want to make a big deal about this, but I really am not a fan of Call of Duty. It's kind of lost me. Man, I used to like it a lot, but it's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. There's a lot of stuff in it that,
Let's see if we have something special.
I can't really explain to you guys. Like, I played Call of Duty Black Ops 3 through its entire life cycle, and really just, I don't know, I loved it in the beginning, and during the end phase of Black Ops 3, which was Revelations, pretty much killed it for me, honestly. And yeah, so just leave your comments and feedback down in the description down below, and until next time guys, you know how we do. have a great time gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.